Alright, so in the last vid, got home from the little road trip, this thing sneezed all of its transmission fluid out, which I have a theory on that. I think the transmission actually got hot and it was coming out. The bleeder, or like the air vent on top of the transmission fluid, it may have been a little high. The engine was also running a tad warm, standing between 210 and 220. Not quite overheating, but it's still warmer than I like. So we're going to try to address the cooling system. The other thing about the transmission getting warm, since the transmission lines also run through, the radiator here, and motor was running a bit warm, transmission could have been running warm, because there is a lot of rolling resistance. I noticed, let's see, this thing's, yeah, it's in neutral, but it like takes a good amount of effort to rotate this. So I think there's some binding or dragging. But so that's another thing that I noticed here. So, this engine's cold. Like, I'm touching the manifold there, it's cold. Leak. And so let's do this real quick though. Minute. Oh god, it's in the air. Key. Yeah. Wrong key. Alright. 2 pumps. Oh, she's loyal. Let's drop her in gear real quick and see if you notice what I notice. Yeah, that's a lot of wiggling going on. So I don't think the axle's bent. I think it has a bad axle bearing or something like that. Because you go to this side, it's nice and smooth. Idle's a little high because I believe I need to do a slight adjustment. Also, it's got automatic choke. But yeah, that is definitely an issue. Also, no leaking. So maybe the transmission was a little over full and it got hot. So we'll see. Time will tell. Shut that off. Not happy about that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So we're gonna line out some projects because I'm a little out of budget at the moment. But so we're gonna try and address a couple simple things with this. Even if it's got a bent axle, it's not too hard to fix. And it's fairly inexpensive. Like both axle shafts, bearings, whole 9 yards. Are only like $200 for these things. It's a Ford 7.5, limited slip. It's they're pretty bulletproof and they just work. Got some new work on the front end as well. I'm not sure if I mentioned any of that, but brake calipers, rotors, bearings, little twisty knobby thingy there. As soon as we're done with this, we're going to move over to this machine because it's been neglected for far too long. It runs like a top, but it just has just the worst floor situation going on, and yeah, it's not good. So that and body mounts, need to address that. Need to clean my work area because it's just filthy. I need to weatherize and prep this thing and start stripping crap off of it. This is a little 5.0 from I believe it was a 91 Mercury Cougar. So it's a good little 5.0 HO. Yeah, good motors, fairly stout for what they are. They're pretty basic off the line, but there's lots of options for these things. Then I need to clean up the Tibby tank, the backyard. But the 5.0 is supposed to be going for my poor neglected little Volvo 240. It's just sitting back here being sad. Definitely need to address this thing because I miss driving it, but the motor is just so tired and I was sick of investing time and money into it. So hopefully that's what the 5.0 is for. Just need to line out a transmission, going with a T5. The Volvo's already a manual, so I'm going to stick with that. And but for today, just gonna do a little cleanup, and as you can see, we got some weather coming in, so gonna do what I can. Anyway, that's a little update situation. I'll see what I can't do. Hopefully get this thing going. I really enjoyed driving this thing, and it's just a treat. Just bumping down the interstate, did just fine. Then as soon as I got home, I guess that means it's a good vehicle. So we'll go from there. So anybody paying attention to this, anybody watching and following along, appreciate you all, and sorry about the mess and my inconsistencies and all that, but I appreciate you all. So thank you, love you all, goodbye.